Hey, what's going on there, folks? Dan here with Herbert Outdoors. We're back again for more science experiments. And over here I've got a plethora of things to test. Today we're going to be testing some different kinds of woods and things for making charwood and some experimental stuff. Again, this is just another adventure in the woods of trying out different things, and you never know what's going to happen. So we're going to take a closer look at what I got here, and then we'll get it over on the fire. We'll char it up, then we'll pull out the trusty old ferro rod and see what ignites. If you didn't catch my last video, I did some, and I did it with some of the hickory, and surprising results were the hickory won over pine and some others. But we're going to push the limits of pine here a little bit more, and some other woods, and I'll show you that here in just a second. But if you didn't catch that video, go back and watch it. You might be surprised. So let's take a closer look. Taking a closer look here at what we've got. Of course, over here was that hickory wood that we charred up last time, and it had surprising results. And I have some of the pine. It's kind of like a fat wood. It doesn't have much of the resin in it. Here is some more that is a little more richer in it. I've got some cedar right here. I cut some rounds out. We're going to be charring that. And just for a little fun measure, I got a little piece of walnut shell there. And you might be wondering what these mystery brownies are. Those are actually compressed coconut core. I did try it just as is with the ferro rod. It would start a little ember, but it didn't last very long. So we're going to see if maybe charring it up makes a difference. Of course, then again, might just turn into powder. But the outdoor science. Let's get started. Alright, as you can see, we got it all ready to go in the tin. And as you also notice, I have separated the fat wood that has a lot less resin in it with that has a lot more. What do you think the results are going to be? Would you drop a comment down below before we get into this, and we'll see who has the best results. Alright, we got this fire going here. Got us getting us a bed of coals going. Let's get this party started. That ought to do just nicely. See how long it takes before even smoke starts coming out the top. And there goes the smoke. We're on our way. I'll come back when this is done. Alright, here we go. You can see it's no longer smoking, and this time it actually only took about 11-12 minutes. So we're going to get that off the fire, let it cool down, and we'll take a look and see what we got. There we go. Alright, let's sit back and watch it as it cools down and see what happens. Oh, just kidding. We're not going to sit there and watch all this. Or are we? Just kidding. And we're back. So here we go. We finished it off, charring it. And we're going to open it up here. I haven't seen it inside. Let's see if we can take a look at the results. Okay. So there's our little hickory nut. Still pretty hard. I have the feeling that's not going to take any kind of a spark or ember, but it was something to try. And here is our concentrated fat wood that had the, it had more resin in it. A piece broke off of this cedar here. Those are our cedar rounds. And then this is the fat wood that had didn't have much resin in it. And here's our coconut core that, like I said, it wouldn't take a spark when it was in its natural state. So let's see how it does after it's been charred. So I'm going to put these out here on this tray here and see what kind of results we can get. Alrighty, here we go. I got my ferro rod here, my striker. You can see those there. It's a new little kit I'm trying out. It's got a little storage tube inside there. You can put tinders in there and whatnot. And it's got a compass in the other end. We all know how well those work. I got the striker here, and it's got some measurements on it. Looks like it's in millimeters, so no inches. Sorry about that, folks, but got some wax jute twine on here, and then of course you can feed this inside the smaller tube here. It'll come out the end, and you fray that up, and when you strike, it'll ignite the jute twine, wax jute twine, and then when you're done, you can snuff it out. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, I'll put a link in the description where I got that. So let's give it a try. Let's try this coconut here first. Well, I got an ember going on the outside corner here, one in the middle, and actually, yep, we're going to let that run its course, see if it continues to keep that ember. It doesn't look like it is. Oh, it's still going there. Alright. Of course, we're going to try the hickory nut there. We'll see how that does. I don't think that's going to take anything. Well, it took some of the fibers down inside there, but the hard core of it just isn't going. This is actually still going. That's an interesting find. That is coconut core. It's used with gardening. You can start a little seed bed with that stuff. It's supposed to help it grow, but that's surprising. Maybe that's our surprise factor right there, that one. Alright, well, let's give this is the fat wood that had the higher concentration of the resin in it. Yeah, most of it's just bouncing off. It is pretty hard still. Let's switch over here to this cedar here and give it a try. And I see a little bit going there. We're gonna see how well that takes off. It's still got a little slow ember going. This coconut cores will probably burn out before we're finished with the test. That's still going. Alright, let's jump over here to this fat wood that didn't have a lot of the resin in it. Okay, we do have some of the outer bark that was on that. That has actually ignited, or got an ember going on it. And it looks like our cedar chunk here has, well, it's still going. Well, there you go. That's some interesting results. This, I expected not to really do much of anything. It's like a fast-burning charcoal briquette. The cedar over here, yeah, that's still going. And it looks like the fatwood over there is going. So we had 2 failures and 3 successes. Ah, that is just something else. Yeah, science. You know, it's outdoor science. I like to call this wild crafting. These 3 here will all get your tinder burner going. This will probably work pretty fast. This is a slower burning one. It's kind of like the hickory. It doesn't take as long to, or it doesn't burn up as quick. It doesn't consume the fuel as quick. Same for over here. But looks like fatwood with high resin in it is best left to shavings and curls and things like that for starting your fire. And then of course the walnut, that's just nuts. Alright, well folks, I thank you for joining me on this little adventure. I hope you enjoyed it, and I don't know, were the results what you guys expected? This one definitely wasn't. That one, based on the hickory over here that we did before, that one's not too shocking. And this one here, a little bit shocking. Yeah, it's actually gone out, so. Alright. Well, again, you guys be good to one another. Hope you enjoyed the journey, and if you like stuff like this, make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you can join us on future journeys. We'll catch you on the next one.